Chosen one, this message didn't find you by accident. God led you here for a reason. There's a divine stirring in the spirit, and you can feel it. Something is shifting around you, even if you can't explain it yet. The same God who spoke light into darkness is speaking transformation into your situation right now. This isn't just another message. It's a prophetic confirmation. You've been faithful, you've been patient, and heaven has taken notice. In the next 24 hours, something supernatural is about to turn in your favor. What looked impossible is about to be made possible. Before we dive deep, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, because this message isn't just content. It's a divine confirmation for every chosen one standing on the edge of a supernatural turnaround. And a heartfelt thank you to everyone who's been supporting through Super Thanks. God bless you richly. Your support, your presence, and your faithfulness do not go unnoticed. To everyone who continually watches, listens, and aligns with this movement of divine truth, I'm truly grateful. If your spirit feels this frequency, type 77 in the comments right now. That number isn't random. It's a prophetic code to heaven that you're ready. Ready for the 24-hour shift, the sudden favor, the divine reversal that's already been written into your destiny. Not everyone will make it to the end of this message. Only those spiritually sensitive enough to feel what's happening right now. Those who stay will gain clarity, revelation, and confirmation that God is about to move suddenly in their life. This isn't a message you hear once and forget. It's a living prophecy, a spiritual countdown unfolding moment by moment. Watch it again whenever your spirit calls you to, because each time you do, another layer of divine power and understanding will be revealed to you. Let's go started. Chapter 1. When heaven moves, everything shifts. Chosen one, God doesn't need days, weeks, or months to change your life. He only needs a moment. When divine breath from heaven can rewrite your entire story in the blink of an eye. You may have been in the same place for years, waiting, praying, enduring, holding on to promises that felt like they would never come. But when heaven speaks the word now, every delay collapses, every obstacle falls, and every limitation loses its grip. You are stepping into a supernatural window, where divine timing collides with divine power, and the atmosphere around your life is shifting to match what heaven already decreed. You might not see it yet, but the movement has already begun. In the unseen realm, God has been rearranging everything. People, positions, resources, even your emotions to align with your divine purpose. The phone call, the opportunity, the open door. It's already prepared. All that's left is divine release. You've been faithful in the quiet seasons, and heaven never forgets obedience. The seeds you planted in tears are about to blossom in favor. Chosen one, your waiting season wasn't punishment. It was protection. God was shielding you from counterfeit blessings and premature exposure. He was shaping your character while preparing your platform. Like Joseph, you were hidden in the dungeon of delay, but the palace has always been your destination. Like Esther, you were refined in silence before being revealed in glory. You thought you were being overlooked, but you were being preserved for a divine unveiling. When heaven moves, there are no meetings, no permissions, no negotiations. It happens suddenly, without warning, without logic, without explanation. What once resisted you will now release you. What once rejected you will now recognize you. What once broke you will now bless you. And the best part, you won't need to fight for it this time. The doors will open by divine authority. Chosen one, this is not coincidence, it's divine synchronization. Everything you lost is about to make sense. Every prayer you whispered in private is echoing in heaven's chambers. Angels are already dispatched on your behalf, carrying divine instructions to bring your destiny into full manifestation. God is about to make your name known in places you've never been, through people you've never met. Your spirit can feel it, that holy stirring that tells you something is different, something is near. That's the sound of heaven shifting your reality. Don't doubt it just because it hasn't shown up yet. The wind always moves before the rain falls. Stay aligned, stay watchful, and stay faithful, because the next chapter of your life won't arrive gradually. It will arrive suddenly. The next 24 hours are not ordinary. They are sacred. You may feel led to pray, to fast, to write, or to prepare in some way. Do it. This is your moment of activation. God is not waiting for perfect conditions. He's waiting for your readiness. Because when heaven moves, everything, absolutely everything, shifts in your favor. Chapter 2. Your midnight hour is turning into morning. Every chosen one must walk through a midnight hour, the season where nothing makes sense, where prayers seem unanswered and where faith is tested in the silence. It's that deep, dark space between I believe and it is done. But don't confuse silence for abandonment. Don't mistake delay for denial. God does his greatest and most mysterious work in the dark. Just like a seed buried in the soil, unseen and forgotten, something powerful has been growing within you. What looked like isolation was actually incubation. Your next level has been germinating in secret, preparing to burst through the surface of your life. Chosen one, the tears you cried in private were never wasted. Every night you stayed up wondering when was a night heaven whispered soon. Your prayers have been echoing in the spirit realm, and the answers are now beginning to descend. You may not have noticed it yet, but the spiritual atmosphere around you is shifting. The heaviness you've been carrying is starting to lift. The confusion that clouded your mind is beginning to clear. The battles that once drained you are now losing power because what morning is coming. In your midnight hour you were refined. You learned to trust God when nothing was moving. You learned to stand when everything inside you wanted to fall. You learned that faith isn't just believing when it's bright. It's holding on when it's pitch black. That's why your midnight wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to develop you. God used the darkness to deepen your roots, so that when your morning light shines, you'll be able to stand strong and unshaken. Chosen one, hear this clearly. The season of weeping is over. You cried your last tear over situations that no longer define you. The pain that once felt permanent is about to become the testimony that propels you. The same God who parted the Red Sea in the dead of night and rolled away the stone before sunrise is moving for you right now. The atmosphere is shifting in your favor, and the angels are already working behind the scenes to align your steps with destiny. In the next 24 hours, expect signs, subtle confirmations, divine encounters, unexpected messages, moments of peace that feel like whispers from heaven. These aren't coincidences. They're reminders that your morning has begun. The clouds of confusion are parting. The light is breaking through. The favor that was once delayed is now being delivered. The things you thought were dead are being resurrected in front of you. Chosen one, your midnight taught you how to pray, how to persevere, and how to discern. Now your morning will teach you how to walk in joy, in clarity, and in divine confidence. You are about to step out of the shadows into the spotlight of your calling. The enemy tried to convince you that it was over, but God says it's only just beginning. The darkness was temporary, but the dawn is eternal. You're entering a new spiritual frequency where one peace replaces panic, light replaces confusion, and purpose replaces pain. Heaven is declaring over you right now, your morning has come. Chosen one, rise up, wipe your tears, straighten your crown, because everything you've prayed for in the dark is about to meet you in the light. Chapter 3, supernatural favor is being released. Chosen one, this is the moment heaven begins to highlight you. What took others years of struggle and striving will begin to unfold for you in days. Not because of luck, not because of connections, but because of favor. The undeniable mark of God's hand upon your life. Favor is heaven's signature on your destiny. Proof that what's happening is beyond human explanation. It's not earned, it's bestowed. And when God decides to favor you, no gatekeeper, no enemy, and no delay can stop it. You've been faithful in the dark, and now the light of divine favor is shining upon you. The same people who overlooked you will soon have to look up to you. The same doors that once shut in your face will swing wide open, not by human hands, but by divine command. In the next 24 hours, something in the unseen realm is shifting. Your name is being whispered in places you've never been. Opportunities are being released that your effort couldn't reach. Where there was resistance, there will be recognition. Where there was silence, there will be sound. People talking about you with honor and respect. Chosen one, divine favor breaks protocols. It bypasses qualifications and dismantles limitations. It makes people go out of their way to bless you without even knowing why. That's the power of God's touch. It moves through hearts, circumstances, and systems to make sure you're seen at the right time by the right people. This favor doesn't make sense in the natural because it's supernatural. It's the same favor that took Joseph from a prison to a palace, that placed Esther before a king, and that caused David's name to be sung across Israel. That same frequency of grace is acceleration. What was stagnant will start to flow. Delayed projects will suddenly gain momentum. Forgotten applications will resurface. Long-awaited calls will come through. Emails, messages, and opportunities will begin aligning one after another. It won't be coincidence. It will be confirmation. God is proving that He can do more in one day of divine favor than you could do in years of striving. But remember, favor is not just about material gain. It's multidimensional. This turnaround will touch every area of your life. Expect emotional healing where there was heartbreak. Expect restoration in relationships that were divinely meant but disrupted. Expect clarity where confusion once lived. Expect strength where you once felt weary. God is not just blessing your hands. He's renewing your heart. Chosen one, you are being positioned for visibility and purpose. Heaven is orchestrating introductions, divine encounters, and supernatural alignments that will move you closer to your destiny. The people meant to help you build your next chapter are already being prepared. The resources you need are being released. The favor on your life is announcing your arrival before you even get there. And don't be surprised when people say, "I don't know why, but I feel led to help you." That's divine favor speaking. It's not manipulation. It's manifestation. Chapter 4, your obedience activated the overflow. Chosen one. This turnaround didn't happen by accident. It was triggered by your obedience. Every quiet yes you whispered to God when no one else was watching became a key in the spirit. Every time you chose patience instead of panic, humility instead of ego, and forgiveness instead of revenge, you shifted timelines. You invited heaven into your situation. God watched how you handled pressure, how you responded to pain, and how you refused to let bitterness take root. You passed tests that others never even recognized as tests. And now the heavens are responding to your faithfulness. Obedience always precedes overflow. It's a law of divine order. You didn't just pray for blessings. You prepared for them through your actions. When others were chasing shortcuts, you chose surrender. When others were seeking validation, you chose alignment. And while they may have gained temporary applause, you are building eternal favor. Heaven values obedience more than perfection, and you've proven that your heart is trustworthy. You didn't compromise when it was easier to conform. You didn't walk away when walking away would have been more comfortable. You stayed rooted when everything around you told you to run. That steadfastness has become the soil of your supernatural harvest. Chosen one, God never forgets obedience. Every act of faith you made in secret has created waves in the unseen realm. Angels were dispatched at your obedience. Chains that ran through your bloodline were shattered because of your faithfulness. What you considered small, praying over your family, staying consistent with your purpose, refusing to gossip or hate, was building momentum in heaven. Now the results are beginning to manifest on earth. The overflow you're about to witness is not random. It's a divine response to years of silent surrender. You may have felt overlooked, but heaven was watching. You may have felt unheard, but your obedience was echoing through eternity. Every tear you cried was counted, every sacrifice noted. God is not unjust. He doesn't forget the labor of love you showed even when no one applauded. The promotion that's coming is heaven's way of saying, "I saw you." The open door that's about to appear is proof that your labor was never in vain. In the next 24 hours, expect divine recompense. God is about to pay you back for the pain, restore what was lost, and multiply what remains. The obedience you showed in private is producing overflow in public. This next chapter of your life won't come through striving. It will come through flow. Things that used to be hard will suddenly feel effortless. Provision will meet you before you even ask. Doors will open without you knocking. You'll begin to attract what your spirit is already aligned with. Chosen one, this is not just blessing, it's inheritance. The seeds of obedience you planted in one season are now bearing fruit in another. You watered your faith with patience, and now the harvest has matured. The same people who doubted your discipline will soon witness your divine reward. The same environments that once rejected you will now call for your return. But this time, you'll enter as one crowned with grace and wisdom. You're about to live in the evidence of your obedience. Chapter 5. Divine alignment is bringing divine assignment. Every turnaround has a purpose. Nothing in your journey has been wasted or random. Everything has been part of a divine sequence. God doesn't elevate you for decoration. He elevates you for assignment. He doesn't promote you to be praised. He promotes you to be positioned. The tables are turning not just so you can rise, but so you can rebuild. Every loss, every redirection, and every painful goodbye was a part of the choreography of heaven. The people who walked out were never meant to carry the next version of you. Their exit was an act of divine editing, and the closed doors that frustrated you were actually sacred protection, keeping you from distractions that could have derailed your destiny. Chosen one, everything is aligning. You are now in the divine rhythm of God's timing. The right people, the right timing, and the right opportunities are all being positioned like puzzle pieces coming together. What once felt disconnected will begin to make sense. This alignment is heaven's confirmation that the season of wandering is over. You are now stepping into a season of precision. God is no longer preparing you. He's positioning you. The relationships you're about to attract will not drain you. They'll develop you. The environments you enter will not compete with your light. They'll complement it. The doors that are opening now will require no forcing. They will swing open by divine instruction. This turnaround is not random, it's strategic. Heaven is aligning you for divine assignment. The people being sent into your life now have purpose attached to their presence. Some will mentor you, others will partner with you, and some will carry what you've prayed for. God is orchestrating kingdom connections that will multiply your impact. He's placing you in rooms where your gifts are not just seen, they're needed. You will no longer have to prove your value. Your presence will speak for itself. Chosen one, your spirit has matured. You've been refined by rejection, reshaped by patience, and rebuilt by prayer. You no longer crave what you used to chase because you now understand purpose over popularity. That maturity is what qualified you for this next chapter. God had to align your internal world before he could expand your external one. Your soul, your mind, and your mission are finally in sync. The confusion you once felt is dissolving because your spiritual frequency has leveled up. You're thinking differently, praying differently, and moving differently. Every divine alignment brings a divine assignment. God doesn't align without intention. You're about to step into spaces where your presence will shift atmospheres. You will speak words that heal, create, and awaken. The gifts that once felt dormant are about to come alive with precision and power. You'll begin to understand why certain doors had to close, because God was making room for your kingdom purpose to flourish. This is the season of divine partnerships, alignments that accelerate destiny. Heaven is matching your assignment with everything it needs to thrive. The resources are being released. The helpers are being dispatched. The vision is gaining traction. You are walking into prepared places with a prepared heart. The things that once seemed delayed are now catching up to your readiness. Chapter 6. The evidence will be undeniable. When this turnaround manifests, you won't have to convince anyone that God is real. They'll see it for themselves. The evidence will speak louder than any explanation. The same people who mocked your faith will marvel at your fruit. The same ones who whispered about your downfall will have to acknowledge your rise. God is about to make your life a living billboard of his power. Every hidden battle, every quiet tear, every lonely prayer was leading to this moment where the glory will outweigh the grief. Chosen one, this next season won't need your defense. It will carry its own proof. The evidence will be undeniable. What you're walking into can't be fabricated, manipulated, or faked. It will bear the unmistakable fingerprints of God. This isn't just a comeback story. It's a divine confirmation that heaven has been working behind the scenes all along. You're not just about to recover what you lost. You're about to receive what you never even imagined possible. God is turning your pain into public proof. The storms that tried to drown you will now serve as the backdrop for your breakthrough. The same situations that once embarrassed you will become the very platforms that elevate you. What once represented your struggle will now represent your strength. Every rejection letter, every delay, every betrayal, He's rewriting it all into a divine testimony that will inspire generations after you. This is not just recovery, it's revelation. God is revealing Himself through you. Your life is becoming the sermon. You are the message, the way things suddenly align, the favor that begins to flow, the peace that fills your heart. It will all testify that divine intervention stepped into your story. You'll realize that the waiting season was never wasted. It was heaven setting the stage for your walking miracle. Your glow will be different. Your peace will be unexplainable. Your blessings will appear too strategic to be coincidence. You'll step into opportunities that people said you weren't qualified for. You'll occupy positions that others overlooked you for. The tables are turning so powerfully that even your enemies will have no choice but to acknowledge that the hand of God is on your life. People will look at your story and say, it had to be God. That's how supernatural this next move will be. The same ones who counted you out will count on you. The ones who dismissed you will be the ones who need your wisdom. And when they ask, how did this happen? All you'll have to say is, God did it. That will be your anthem, your identity, your testimony. This season, the fruit will speak for you. You won't have to prove, post, or persuade anyone. The transformation will be visible. The favor will be tangible. Your results will carry a radiance that cannot be denied or diminished. Even those who tried to curse you will end up confessing your blessing. Heaven is not just vindicating you, it's validating you. Every invisible victory you won in private will now manifest as visible evidence in public. You endured humiliation, but now you'll carry honor. You walked through fire, but now you'll walk in favor. And every step you take from here will echo the truth. Chapter 7, Praise before the turnaround. Before the breakthrough comes, release your praise. Praise is the sound of faith before the finish line. You don't wait for everything to make sense before you worship. You worship because you know everything is working together for your good. Praise is not noise, it's a declaration. It announces to every realm, spiritual and physical, that you trust the one writing your story. Chosen one, praise is your weapon. It confuses the enemy, unlocks angelic movement, and creates divine acceleration. When you praise, you're not just singing, you're shifting atmospheres. Every hallelujah sends tremors through the spirit realm. Every thank you, God, tears down walls that have been standing for years. That's why the enemy fought to silence your worship, because he knew that the moment you opened your mouth in gratitude, the chains would start to break. You don't praise because everything is perfect. You praise because you know perfection. Himself is in control. You praise because you've seen His hand before and you trust it's still working. The chosen ones understand that worship is not a reaction. It's preparation. It's what you do before the evidence appears, because faith already knows the outcome. Chosen one, open your mouth and thank God in advance. Praise Him for what's shifting right now, even if you can't see it yet. When you praise, you're calling things that are not as though they already are. You're pulling your future blessings into your present reality. Your voice carries authority. So when you say, God, I thank you for my turnaround, heaven takes it as an official decree. This next 24 hours is not a coincidence. It's a divine countdown. The Spirit has already gone ahead of you, rearranging circumstances, touching hearts, and opening doors that were once sealed shut. While you're praising, heaven is performing. While you're worshiping, God is working. You may not see the full picture yet, but the movement is happening in the unseen realm. Remember Paul and Silas? They didn't wait for freedom before they sang. They sang until freedom found them. The prison walls didn't fall when they complained. They fell when they worshipped. That's what happens when faith meets sound. The vibration of praise shakes loose every limitation and ushers in divine release. Chosen one, lift your head, lift your heart, and lift your praise. this isn't the time to be silent. It's the time to shout in victory. What was once delayed is being delivered.